Alright, so the internet in this here small town is not that great. My phone doesn't hold very much on it. I erased a bunch of stuff on it so I could make videos that were longer than 15 minutes. I got a lot to say. I haven't been able to really post in the last few days except when I go to places there is internet, and it's really not that great of internet, but it's something. And getting stuff transferred from my phone to my computer requires me sending it through the internet to myself and then downloading it from my email onto my computer so that I can do anything with it. It's tough to do. All these things you guys take for granted, I had to find other ways to do it, alternate ways to do it. While people were attacking my Facebook and attacking evidence and attacking my character and attacking me in person, each of those situations made it that much more difficult to get anything done. I told all of these police officers that I was trying to get them to be forced to wear body cameras. None of them bothered to write that down in their reports, not even one. Every one of these officers that I spoke to, I explained about what other officers had done, trying to make a report about them, and not one of those officers wrote it in their report. Not one of my public pretenders did a goddamn thing to actually do their jobs. What they did was waste my time and treat me like I wanted it, needed it, chose it, or deserved it. I threatened to sue every single one of my lawyers for a reason, because they're not actual lawyers. They are public pretenders. Where I'm at tonight, I have decent internet. It doesn't take forever to download something. And even though it's only for one night, I'm grateful for it. I don't get to say the things that I'd like to say as often as I'd like to, or keep y'all updated on what's going on, like it's any of your business. But then again, you made it your business enough to destroy evidence, to attack my character, to attack my Facebook, to threaten my friends and my family. It needed to be the business of the FBI, of the local police departments in each of these jurisdictions. But that's not how it works. See, law enforcement is the worst gang in America. I believe that every single law enforcement officer in America should be placed under arrest immediately. Every single one of them. Because when it all comes down to it, they're all cowards hiding behind the badge looking for someone to bully. Every one of them. I have people that I care about a lot that have badges, that carry those badges. But I can't think of them as good people because they have to enforce immoral laws. And if they're willing to enforce immoral laws, then they don't have the moral fortitude for me to trust them to do anything, for me to trust them to do the right thing. When I was a kid, they said you need to go to an adult when you're getting bullied. Well, I learned very quickly that beating the hell out of the bully was a lot quicker way to do it. See, I went to the teachers, and when I went to the teachers, they blew me off, or told me they would talk with the other student. And then instead of me having an issue with that other student, I've got issues with a lot of other students. You're a tattletale. Hey, I wanted the bullying to stop. I wanted this guy to quit pushing me into lockers. Of course, after you go to the teacher, that's when it comes to a head. That's when that idiot decides he's going to put his nasty cock beaters on you in the hallway. And not just push you into something, but actually start hitting you. Or try yanking your clothes off, or throwing you around by your jacket. Same thing with the police. Most of the homeless people, they don't have respect for anybody that talks to the police. Because they're the people that the police bully the most. They're the people that the most immoral laws are created for, because you don't want to see poverty. I got a friend coming here from all the way in Alabama. She's going to come visit me. That's a good thing. A lot of these people that wanted to help, they're drunk. When you have to deal with people who are drunk, or people who are on meth, or people who are on heroin, you got to deal with a lot of stuff that ends up real complicated real quick. Last night's a perfect example. It was just going to be a ride here where I could go to sleep. Instead, it ended up being a very stressful night where I was in a vehicle with someone who was drunk driving, who was following somebody who was even more drunk who was driving. Listening to them have stupid arguments over stupid stuff. And it's all because they drink. It's fun. It's acceptable for adults, right? Am I for prohibition? No, I'm not. But I also am one of those people who believes in very harsh punishments for drinking and driving. I believe it should come with a prison sentence. I mean, once I was in the vehicle, there was no, hey, drop me off, dude, I don't want to go. I told him repeatedly that I didn't want to go. Hey, drop me off here, please drop me off here. By the time I started making videos during that trip, I'd already asked to be dropped off. We were already a ways out of town, and I was overwhelmed. I want Alicia Bollinger safe. I also want her to stop pretending like I would hurt her, because people have actually hurt me over her lies. And then she plays sweet and innocent because she looks pretty. I see every single day what people are willing to do for a pretty face. I see every single day pretty people manipulating folks. Oh, he has a crush on me because I'm good looking. I can get him to do stupid things for me. See, that's the difference between pretty people and people who are not so pretty. The ones who are not so pretty didn't take advantage of me in the same way. The ones who are not so pretty, well, they didn't play pretend that way. Jamie's very pretty. James is a very pretty boy, or pretty man, I should say. I lost a lot of friends over Jamie, but she was dishonest, and she was playing a lot of head games, and she was drinking a lot. She was also doing meth. That was 10 years ago. Now she sticks to a beer or two a night. She doesn't do meth. She might drink a six-pack all by herself, and that gets her pretty drunk, but she doesn't go driving when she's drunk now. Her mom, Jennifer, Roberts, she died drunk driving. And Chance Dale, he died drunk driving. I used to save lives. Now I get treated like I'm a Ted Bollinger or a Tim Beeson. Or a Michael Albert. Or an Andrew Witcher. I'm disgusted by the world I live in. I'm disgusted with the United States. See, here in the United States, we have way too many expectations, and they're monetary expectations. If you don't have enough money, you're not human enough for the Constitution to apply. People can call you names, and magically it's okay to abuse you, to lock you up, to force drugs into you. You're not human enough to be heard unless someone actually stands up and says, hey, you need to fucking listen to this guy. Laura Nelson should have stood up a long time ago and told the truth. Same thing with Alicia Bollinger. Same thing with Graham. Same thing with Mandy Hughes and Alyssa Rainwater. And Kara Johnson, aka Kara Miles. And Bobby Forrest. Alicia Bollinger should have come forward 3 years ago. She should have stood up to her mother and at least had the balls to tell that woman the truth. I should have been allowed to face my accusers in court, but everything was done to prevent that. My public pretenders did everything they could to prevent that. Judges broke the law to prevent that from happening. Police officers broke the law to prevent that from happening. Fuck you, you fucking cowards. Yeah, I'm scared, but between getting down to the bottom of a bottle and speaking out, I would much rather speak out. You know who gets down to the bottom of a bottle? You know who shoots up heroin? You know who snorts cocaine or smokes a bulb of meth? Cowards who don't have the balls to stand up. Cowards do those things. Keep doing your drugs, Alicia. Even knowing what a terrible person your dad is, you're still willing to let an innocent man be harmed over things that that man did and you took part in. Alicia, I love you, but you're a terrible excuse for a human being.